Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing? Hello, hello, and happy Thursday. Welcome, everybody. We are going to give this a try today, but just a heads up, my internet is bouncing all over the place. It is going from no internet up to full, back down. It is bouncing all around. So I hope we can pull this off today. Let me start by saying I am so sorry I did not come on here yesterday. Um, can y'all hear me okay? I have a huge fan going in the background. If somebody could just let me know if I need to turn it off, I will. Can y'all hear my voice okay, or does it sound too much background noise? I'm good. Okay. Thank y'all. All right. Well, anyways, thank you all for being here. And like I said, I have to apologize for not coming on yesterday. Um, a lot of y'all know I've been going through a lot in my personal life, and yesterday just it wasn't a day for me. It was I let my mind take control, and I have too much going on in my head, and it really got me down. But I do have some really great friends that have helped talk me through it. I appreciate them so much. So I am back today, and we got some stuff we're going to talk about. Before we do, let me get started and say hello to everybody. We got Kim Sutterfield coming in. She says, "You are doing great work. Thank you for everything you do." Words, you just don't know how much that means. I do appreciate it. Hello, Rhonda DeWinter and Rhonda West coming in. Hello. Brown Eyed Girls. I agree with you 100%, sister. 100%. Hello, Miss Kathy. Hi, Janice. Elaine, how are you doing? Hi, Patricia. Good to have you. Hello, my friend TJ. How are you? Brenda Sue. Show Poodles. Hi, Weston and Jacqueline. Hello. Brenda Sue, Tina Girl, Bobby. Welcome, everybody. Let's see if we got anybody sneaking in on us here. Mary, how are you doing? Thank you for being here with us. All I need is Jesus, coffee, and true crime. Oh, goodness. Thank you for being here while you can. We love having you. Let's see here. Maui, how you doing? Hope everything's good your way. Hi, Napa Nat. Hello to you. Kathy Smith. I'm hanging in there, Kathy. I'm telling you, life just gets to you. Hi, Teresa. And Charlene. GA64. Oh, thank you. That is so sweet for you, GA. Thank you. All righty. Well, let's get to talking here a little bit. So, as you've noticed, most others have moved on. Hi, Kiki. Or Kai Kai. I don't know how to say it. Yes, brown eyes. Sometimes life just sucks. And I let my head take over and I get to thinking, and that can be a dangerous place for me. So got a lot of decisions and things I need to make. Of course, every month I worry about my storage buildings, getting those paid. And, I'm just so thankful to you guys for helping me with this channel, because that does help me keep my storage building going. I'm too honest. Hello. Hi, YouTuber. Thank you all for being here. Everybody in the bushes, thank y'all as well. A lot of creators have started talking about other cases, which is wonderful. Sebastian is not the front and center too much anymore. And it's sad to say, but the way I look at it, if we're going to sit here every single day going over Sebastian's case, showing what we see, us, just normal everyday people sitting behind our laptops, our desktops, keyboards, and all the things, and we can see what we see. We can see there's foul play going on. It's not just us, it's professionals that say something's not right here. But nothing's being done. I'm not sure. Hey, Charles, how are you? I'm not sure what they are looking for or waiting for. But I tell you, it's very disheartening to those of us who have channels and get up here and we talk every day about Sebastian. Try to cover it the best we can. Yes, I did, Maui. I did see that. It is getting depressing, Bobby. It's very depressing. Monica Fox, I question that a lot. She said, in my opinion, Ellie is getting paid to do nothing. Exactly, Kai, exactly. If it was up to us, we would have them in prison by now, because there is absolutely no proof whatsoever that he ever left that home on his own, or no one come to his door to even get him out of the home. They didn't go to his windows. And so the evidence, if we want to call it evidence, the evidence that is out there, that is before our very eyes, that we can actually see something taking place, connecting to that home, the late out or early morning hours of February 26, 2024 at 3 a.m., we see lights coming from his home, meeting up with another light. And the two go back over to the side to a waiting vehicle that has headlights and tail lights that come on the minute it has started up. We only see a portion of that video. Welcome. Look at here. We got us a new member. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. And we need to welcome you to the South. Welcome, welcome. Welcome. Welcome to the South. We break that good stuff out. We got enough to go around. So can I get a right and get down? Welcome to the South. guys. Somehow we got off track. It just started on my end, and y'all were already through watching it. But anyways, welcome to our new lollipop. Thank you for becoming a member. Thank you for supporting the channel and being here with us. We are so excited to have you. But back to what we were saying, if anything happened and at any point he was able to be removed from the home without his scent touching the ground, guys, it would have to be at the, where one light goes back to the back of his home. Irene Rose, hello to you, beautiful. Hi, Miss Ann. Everybody else coming in, hello to y'all. Thank you for being here. That's our evidence, folks. Did he make it home? She pulls in. She goes into the garage. She shuts the garage door. There's nothing to show us he made it home. Hi, Teresa. Looky here. Thank you for that. Teresa says, keep up the good work. Well, thank you. I don't know how good we're doing, but we're doing over here, I tell you. Thank you for that. Let's get you a little happy dance. Thank you so much, Teresa. You're so sweet. I tell you, if I'm glitching in and out, I apologize. It's crazy. Shows I have full signal, but my computer does not want to go back. There we go. So sweet. We appreciate it more than you ever know. Oh my gosh. What a day. What a day. What a day. I tell you, these clouds in and out all day long. Oh, crazy craziness. Thank y'all for being so patient with me. I appreciate y'all so, so much. Y'all are so sweet. I don't know what I missed, what I didn't miss. But, oh, looky here. We got a gifted membership. Thank you. All I Need Is Jesus Coffee and True Crime for gifting a membership. If you were gifted, Please say thank you to All I Need Is Jesus, Coffee, and True Crime. That is so, so sweet of her. I appreciate that so much. Wow, that is awesome. So, oh goodness, September Virgo, look at you go. Hello to you, beautiful lady. Thank you so much for that. I do appreciate you. This is for our gifted membership and our super chat. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate everything y'all are doing. I appreciate y'all so, so much. So, Sebastian's case kind of starting to get down to the bottom of the barrel. And it's very frustrating because we want to keep doing. Oh, and I'm so sorry for that. What is this? Just want to see the little fella dancing. Well, Star Child, thank you so much. This one is for you. He makes me happy. He makes me giggle watching. Thank you for that, Star Child. You're so sweet. So, so sweet. Y'all are being so nice. I appreciate y'all so much. Oh, no, Miss Ann. I'm telling you what, those first few years are the hardest to have to live through. It is horrible hard. All I need is Jesus. Gifted another membership. My goodness. Thank you for that. Guys, if you were gifted that membership, please tell her thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, so much. That is so sweet of you. One more happy dance. Well, if it's going to work, it's like my cursor keeps freezing up. I don't know what this weather is going to do to me today. With you, I don't understand it all. I mean, where's the evidence? Thank you all so much for all your support today. I so appreciate it. Thank you. All I need is Jesus, coffee, and true crime. We could all use a little bit of Jesus these days. Life gets really rough and frustrating. And when it comes to these missing kids cases, we get so invested, like we have with Sebastian's case, that it's as if it seems obvious to us because there's activity hours before he's reported missing coming from the back of his home to a waiting car and then back to his house. How obvious can that be? You go back to the beginning when Mr. Chris keeps saying, you know, he's got friends, Bobby and Carter, uses their names so easily they just slip off the tip of his tongue. Hello, Jennifer from Jersey. Hello, hello. Oh, Miss Ann, you are in my prayers. I'm telling you, my email's across the bottom here. So if any time you would like to email me, if you ever just need someone to talk with or cry with, I'm here. Because I understand that pain. And I guess because that I've been through that, I don't understand Katie's reaction to all of this. There are so many questions with Sebastian's case. We listen to every word that's being said. We watch them so very closely. Hey, Laura and Justice Mama, welcome. Welcome to everybody coming in. Thank y'all for being here. And we basically dissect what they're saying and what they're doing. Yeah, Erna, it's just, it baffles us, all of us. And at the same time, we're sitting here trying our best to see what they say, how they act. And when you have a mother of a missing child that herself put her in that home with him that night, and she's going to tell us 6 versions of the last time she was with him, that doesn't work. You don't lie about the last time you were with your child. I question, does one of those versions has that one of them actually him? Because at this point, I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it. Oh, I'm telling you, September, there's too many pieces to that Texas Roadhouse video. And I was that person for a long time that thought, I didn't think it could be premeditated. How could anyone premeditate their child coming up missing? And then I started digging into that video, all those videos put together and all the pieces and all the people. And I'm like, oh my gosh, there was a plan in place. And folks, is he alive or is he not alive? That is the biggest question of all right now. That is the huge question hanging in the air that everyone wants to know. Is he no longer alive? And no matter what that answer is, it always is followed up with, where is he? He needs to come back home. But we have a father who is trying his best every day to try and find out those answers, trying to figure out where his child could possibly be. Oh, thank you so much for the gifted membership, Justice Mama. If y'all were gifted a membership, please tell her thank you. That is so sweet and so kind. Let's try this again. I'm going to do a little happy dance to say thank you for what you do. If it'll pull up. Oh gosh, what a day. Okay, I don't know if it's going to show up. It is not wanting to cooperate today. There it goes. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. Now it won't let me get back over to the chat. Oh gosh. Thank you. I'm just gonna leave one up for the second one. It won't let me get back into my chat. But I'm watching it on my phone so I can see. Hold on, it's wanting to kick me off again. Woohoo! I'm back. I'm back. Okay. We're not getting off of chat anymore. I'll sing to y'all if I need to. I tell you, this weather is insane crazy out there today. Hello, Alicia. You drive safe. Oh, definitely. She says, driving in the bushes, she said, I wonder if I'll run into Edgar. Just run into him. Smack. So I was going to play a video, but I think we're just going to talk because of the up and down all over the place. It's crazy. So thank y'all for hanging in there with me. But I said I'm going to hold on to Sebastian's case as long as it takes, and I'm going to. But we have to all understand that it's going to be a lot of going back over stuff that we've already heard. We've already heard it here. We heard it over there. We've already heard it over there. You know, everybody has covered everything. I just want to know if there is activity happening in the middle of the dark, in the dark, using a light source just to see your way, turning it off, turning it back on, whatever you're doing. And a couple of hours later, 3.5 hours later, There's a phone call saying my child's not in his bed. Wouldn't that mean someone took him out of his bed, met up with someone in the dark of the night so that they couldn't be identified, and put him into a car that was there waiting in the dark on the road? That car drives away. One light only goes back to the home that makes a call 3.5 hours later. To me, that video is the whole case. JDR, a lot of people feel that way. I go back and forth on it. I am so flustered with the whole thing because every time I think, he is no longer with us, something comes along and I start looking into something and it's like, oh my gosh, he could possibly still be with us. Yeah, that's it, Jennifer. She said, Lolly, even if you daily put his name and face out there, it's important to not let people forget. It's important to let CP and KP know we will not let up. Sebastian matters. You don't believe the parents? You don't think they had anything to do with it, or you don't believe the story they're telling us? JDR. It's hard to believe a person that's going to sit here and tell us so many different versions of what happened the night their child went missing. That is so huge. The biggest red flag we could ever get is having all of these different versions of what happened. Mr. Chris himself said the dogs slept with Katie when he was at work. They slept in the bed with her. Yes, JDR, I can agree with you on that 100%. Yeah, she laughs in the interviews. But Chris says, think about this, folks. He tells us all that, they got these little Morkies and they sleep with Katie when he's at work. Then his version is that night they talk till midnight. He tells her, get up, turn off the lights, make sure the dogs are put in their beds, put the dogs in their kennel, go get you some sleep. Does that mean he was there? Because she doesn't put them in their kennels when he's gone. His words, guys, his very own words. And yet we have to question that. Does that make it, us questioning him does not make it out that we are sitting here saying he harmed Sebastian? It's not what we're saying at all. We're asking questions about their very own words. Their words that they use. is what has them looking so suspicious. You have a man that says, I have not seen Sebastian since the 1st of February until the 26th. And then he pauses and says, the day I got home. So did he slip up with his wording? Did he slip up there and have to add when I got home? Just like his truck, we all knew he came home. He was called early in the morning. He came home later in the afternoon time, the day Sebastian was reported missing. We know that. So what is the big deal about his truck signal being picked up? We have questions because he gets on with Elevated Truth or whatever his channel name is now. And he is super pissed about them talking about his truck signal. We know he drives a truck. We knew that signal came up when he came into that neighborhood. That's a given. But the funny part to me on that story, the funniest part, once they started searching, they didn't give a damn about who was coming in and out. People, the volunteering to work, all of the people, they're not keeping track at 2:00 that day. They wanted to know who came in and out of that neighborhood a day or two before Sebastian went missing. He wants us to believe they questioned his to nope. No one's going to convince me of that. The crime had already taken place. The event, the happening already happened. They don't care about your truck, Mr. Chris. You're making yourself look guilty. Internet bouncing around so bad. That I'm not going to play it today. Maybe we can go over it tomorrow. But he does on Websluething, when he comes up to talk to the PI, he's got an attitude from the very first word he says. There's a major attitude happening. Aw, Chris, legally blind. No matter what will ever change my opinion. What I would like to know is, did the idiots walk these dogs? Right? I'm telling you, that's another thing Mr. Chris tells us. There was a scent that went from out his front door, around the side of his house, down the fence, and all the way to that retention pond. No, there wasn't. We've heard from others. No, there wasn't. Yes, JDR, you're right. The things he said about Sebastian's medication, something to relax him, and then sleeping medication. Yeah. So, yeah, his words, he gets himself into predicaments and he gets pissed at himself, I believe, and he tries his best to squirm his way out. Bye, Miss Ann. You have a good evening. Have a great night. Hold on, guys. I'm going to do something. Thank you for that suggestion, TJ. Let me try that. I'll knock everything over. Now, there's all these creators that have come along, talked about Sebastian and his case, and in the end, every one of us have been attacked. Every one of us. It gets to a point to where that part gets old. But why are we being attacked? Why? That's the big question. And the question continues to this day, you know? Continues to this coming in again. See if that will help me. You're going to see two of me. Okay, can y'all hear me all right? I hope so. Somebody back. Everything good? Okay, we're going to try this. See if my tablet will help. Maybe because I have so many daggum files on Sebastian, I still need to get more of them off of my computer. But my internet is a little bit better here on this tablet. So maybe this will help some. Yay. Glad y'all could hear me. You know, all we can do is question the parents. We can question them and question them and question them, but until they decide to give us the God's honest truth, you know, we're not going to ever get answers. Living in Texas, I'm used to law enforcement that they don't have to have huge evidence. They will take you in. They will hold you there. They will continue to question you. Little Audrey Cunningham that went missing not far from where I live, about 35 minutes, 40 minutes down the road. And supposedly she was taken to school by a man that was living with them. September Virgo, thank you so much for that. You are so, so, so sweet. Let's try this little happy dance. Did you do it again, September Virgo? You did two of them? Or no? Okay, I see. Remove that one. Okay, there we go. I got confused. Thank you for that, sweetie. You're so kind. But little Audrey had her dad was on a towboat working out. There was a friend of his that was staying there at the home with him and his girlfriend. The girlfriend had gone to work. This man that was staying there, a family friend, he was taking her to school that day. He admitted to being the last person with her. Reminds me a lot of Stephen Stearns in the Madeline Soto case, because he took her to school. So much sadness with this case. She never was at school. She never showed up. And yeah, it was later that after or morning time, because that was early in the morning when someone called to check on her because she wasn't at school. Usually by 9 o'clock you get that call. And they started asking questions. They called in and said, hey, she didn't show up for school. This guy's not answering his phone. They went, they talked to him. He was at the house. They questioned him. They looked everywhere. They went and drained a pond that was just not too far from the house. They went on to look around her school, search the school area. And folks, before lunchtime, they had him cornered at a donut shop as he was walking out with some donuts. You could see his car sitting there. It was all muddy. They take him in. And from that time they took him in, the very next day, he was taking them to where he had put her in the water after he assaulted her. I went to the place where her little body got hung up in a little whirlpool by a column under a bridge. It broke my heart. But had they not put that man in for questioning with a 24-hour hold and did not give him any rest whatsoever, they questioned him and questioned him and questioned him. At the time, my son was a officer. He said they fed him because they had to while they were questioning him. When 2 plus 2 does not equal up to 4, 1 plus 1 does not equal 2, there's a problem, there's an issue. And that's exactly what they saw with this case. This is what we're seeing here with Sebastian's case as well. We see him and his mother dining alone while all kinds of friends and family members are walking around and sitting throughout that restaurant. We see it with our very own eyes. We see a person wearing a green hoodie stand and wait by Katie's car. You can tell by the reaction, Sebastian was alerted. He walked to the other side of his mother. away from that person. They leave, and Sebastian's never seen again. However, we have flashlight videos. That's what we call it. A light source of some kind is seen leaving his backyard in the dark of night, meeting up with another light. They both walk to a vehicle that then starts. And when a car these days start up, the tail lights and the headlights come on. We've seen it repeatedly. One of those light sources goes back to his home, the home he shared with his mother and his stepfather. Folks, it's plain as day he was removed from that home. A dog did not have his scent. He left the home some way that his physical body did not touch to leave a scent. Oh, love you, September, Virgo. It doesn't get any plainer than that, folks. Where is he at now? They know. They know. They know the person driving or one of those lights would not have gotten into that car. They have the answers. His mother alone knows how he left that home. Yes, Legally Blonde. I 100% agree with you. She said, in my opinion, it's time the FBI take this case from Ellie and TBI. Too many red flags have gone unnoticed. But then you got to stop and remember, Seth came on panel on Websluething with Chris being there trying to talk. He didn't like the fact that Seth had made a comment about his mother being with Katie. It's funny how Seth was talking about that morning. Mr. Chris flipped out saying, you know damn good and well my mother and father were not with Katie on Sunday. Woo! Got a little touchy there, didn't it? Just a little touchy. And Chris was very angry when he said it. That said, that's what we're trying to do. Let's get this all out on the table so there's no questions. No way for people to misconstrue what is being said. And Chris replies with, I got one better. How about we get Bobby and Carter and we'll meet up? His friend, one from TBI, his other friend from the Sumner County Sheriff's Office. Same people that let a man that is the stepfather of the missing child ride around with them in their car that morning. Folks, that does not happen. That is not how a professional search is done. I agree, Michelle. They do need a new sheriff. And I still have questions about what happened to the last sheriff. chit chat. We heard Trump's team is getting involved, but I've not seen anything. Legally Blonde says, Katie knows how Sebastian left, but I still don't believe that's how Sebastian was emmed. This is my opinion. I still say there are 6 people responsible for him being unalived. I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah, Erna, what happened to that man? He's in a cabin in the woods by himself. He was supposed to be at a conference. Most conferences have hotel rooms blocked off for them. I don't know. Miss Honeybee, I have no clue. If Trump is going to do anything, his team is going to do anything. I have no clue. Yes, the sheriff fell, hit his head. Yeah. Oh, wait, let's go backward. The sheriff had a heart attack and hit his head as he fell down. Sharon, that is so possible. Yeah, I don't know that Trump's team would be doing anything. Why would they? I mean, I would think that the FBI would do something before Trump and his team would, right? So I don't understand. I agree with me and you. Yeah, Dog the Bounty Hunter hasn't done much. I don't know, but I will say this much about that whole team of Dog and At Night, all that. They have brought more awareness to this case than Sumner County or Hawkins PD ever have this whole entire time. Had it not been for them, we wouldn't have seen the Texas Roadhouse video and all the players involved. Had it not been for them, there would not be billboards galore going up everywhere. If it wasn't for them, the reward fund would not be as astronomical as what it is. Now, there's been so much legal battles happening all over the place. Sebastian Rogers has been affected. His whole case has been affected. There's no way around that. Never in a million years has anyone seen a missing child's case that has been affected the way Sebastian's case has on a legal front. And the person that I was telling you yesterday about, she made the comment about how it's affected her financially and it's devastated her financially, just handed out another $200 in a super chat. And the funny part is, all the crap that's being put out there now by her. She has a new rap song about Hong and all the stuff, and it's absolutely disgusting. They forget the part that there is an appeal process being looked into. And if that appeal process goes through, I'm going to guess the judge is going to hear that rap song. Legally Blonde said, Lolly, the old sheriff, in my opinion, was being blackmailed by the Bower Sox, and Chris Proudfoot was responsible for this man's death. And then the sheriff come into play. Dog is working behind the scenes. Gotcha. Well, that is something to consider, and I would not be surprised at any of that. Yeah, Texas Plain Jane. I don't know if there's been any here. I know, Holly, and it's like there's an appeal. There's still hold on, guys, okay? I got my doctor's calling. I need to check with her. Hold on. Okay, I do apologize for that. I've been waiting for that call. Um, Now, shoot, I lost my whole train of thought here. So we're talking about the the people that are doing the suit. the bombardment from the other side, the attacks from the other side, which is insane to me. There's only a tiny bit of people that reply to them, but they're the ones that have been burned, all the things. And I really don't care. Really don't care about it. I care that they sit over there with a parent, a step parent, on their panel, talking freely, getting pissed, ranting and raving about a creator in such a vulgar and disgusting way. We sit over here and we try to be as kind and as respectful as we possibly can. We don't put out assumptions. We don't put out anything that is going to be, oh, well, let me go tell everybody this is what Lolly said happened. No. But the people that are talking are not telling us anywhere near what the God's honest truth is. They're not speaking. It's insane to me that no one from law enforcement is at all questioning the multiple stories that's being told. Now, don't get me wrong when I say we're being lied to. Yes, Laverna. Yes, I agree with that. Exactly. You are the company you keep, and that is gross. Oh, yeah, Holly. They're enjoying it, every bit of it. Like I said, she makes a comment on the news station about how detrimental her finances have become because of this lawyers they've got to pay. And then turns around and gives QB a $200 cash app. How detrimental is it? She's given multiple $200 cash apps in one setting. Yeah, TJ says one night she gave $3,000 to Queen Bee. But she's been affected horribly. Yeah, Magic Star. I agree exactly. $200 detrimental my ass. Yeah. And that's the worst part. That's now attached. That's attached to Sebastian's whole case now. To chat, they may be doing that, or she may be owing them. Who knows? There's so much money laundering, in my opinion, happening on that other side. It's disgusting. It's just, it's bad. Oh, K Mac. It's absolutely sad for her to sit there and say, the bad part is this is on the back of a missing child. And my finances have been detrimentally affected. Well, how about Sebastian's life? How about whatever happened to Sebastian is more detrimental than your finances? You put yourself in a position for that to have happened to you. Absolutely horrible. Oh, we love you, September. Thank you for being here with us. Yeah, I don't either, Brown Eyed Girl. Unless it's sent to me, I don't even know what's happening over there. I don't know who's on panel unless somebody tells me about it. And yet they coddled Mr. Chris when he went on his disgusting rampage about Brittany J. I'm talking, you have every right to feel the way you do. It has been so long and they've done so much to you, blah, 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 blah. And then Seth has a reply, and Seth's the most horrible person in the world. Make it make sense, folks, because there is no common sense to that at all. No common sense. They do. They stroke his ego. Look. And the worst part for me, the part I can't stand is when I hear them, he says something that doesn't sound quite good, doesn't help him or his case at all in any way, form, or fashion. And they explain to everyone listening what he means by that. It's like freaking for real. He said what he said. It needed no explanation. It's horrible. Horrible. Yes, Magic Star, I think it does. It is an intimidation tactic with all of the money over there being pushed around. And they're worried about all these other little channels over here. It's absolutely horrible. But it is what it is. TJ. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Josh had to take his video down. I just never heard, did Clue have to take hers down too? Because Clue said had a whole hell of a lot more said on her channel. Oh, they've moved on now to the little kids from Nova Scotia, Lily and Jack. They moved on to that. These people aren't true crime, they're drama. Good, TJ. It should have been. Oh, but not to worry. If anybody important out there really needs to hear it, I got it on zip drives. No, Laverne, she just said that it was taken down. Oh, way to go, my friend. Yeah, it's sad. Yeah, Magic Star. I agree with you 100%. Bowdy Moving is trying to get another Netflix check. Yes. And she made a comment she couldn't even give her opinion on something because she had a contract signed. Good night, Erna. Thank you for being here. But these people over there, we've already talked about that cult-like mentality, folks. Yes, Jennifer from New Jersey. We talked about the cult-like mentality. It is happening over there. If one of them says it, bank on it. That's the God's honest truth. They don't want to look into the fact that, oh my gosh, no, I haven't, Laverne. I haven't heard it. But yeah, saw a post over on X today where it was talking about Brittany J. Or maybe it was on YouTube. I don't know. I was looking a couple different places. Hey, Sandra. Good to have you. But I was reading up and it was talking about Brittany J. They really should, Gemini, and I have every bit of it. It is on zip drives. But she did have CPS show up at her front door, come knocking on her door. They talked to her kids, they talked to her and her husband and all the things just like a CPS case would have to do. They call her a liar because she's not showing receipts. Why the hell does she have to show you her receipt? She has the yellow copy. She don't owe them nothing. And it is driving them up the wall because she won't show proof. Tell me which one of them shows any proof whatsoever. Yeah, me and you. Exactly. They don't show proof, but it's that cult like mentality we talked about. Their word is gold, it is truth. If they say it, by golly, it is 100% correct. And screw anybody that doesn't think so. That's how this game is played for them. Oh, Jennifer from New Jersey. I got a copy with her name on it. Trust me. Trust me. And I honestly, it's going to sound bad when I say this, but I quite enjoy it when Mr. Chris loses his shit. Because when he does, he gets a little ahead of himself and he speaks before he thinks. And just like when he gets really cocky on these different shows, he goes on panels and starts talking, and it gets into this conversation that he gets really pissed off about. Just like trying to prove a point, he ends up contradicting himself from time to time. Me too, Rhonda. Yeah, they did, Carmen. I think they did 100%. It's absolutely mind baffling to me that a person can be so confident in their story they have created about a situation concerning their missing stepson that they themselves get a little too cocky, and we're glad for it. We end up being glad for it. Just like his rant with Brittany J. She never called him bad names. She never talked trash on him. She did just like I've done. Why are you saying that? Why would you do that? All the questions, the same questions we all have. But because his panel host absolutely hated her, he speaks with them on a daily basis, and therefore it's his opinion she's trash. And he had had enough of her. But she hadn't done nothing to him, hadn't disrespected him, never said anything wrong or hurtful towards him. But to hear his outrageous cry of anger, you would have thought she would have been stalking him way, way worse than he could have ever imagined. Yeah, Laverne. Yes, yes, yeah. You just want to scream, shut up. And just like in little Lily and Jack's case currently, you hear the stepfather, mother's boyfriend, whatever you want to call him, speaking up more for the children than their own mother. So why is it that Katie wants her son so badly, but she's not speaking? She only chooses who she'll speak to. Okay, I can go with that. But she doesn't want his name and his face to be forgotten. So why is it that we, us, all of us, perfect strangers to this child, are the ones advocating for him the most when his mother should be the one daily speaking out? There was a woman who her son was lost, was captured, I should say, over in Iraq. This woman stood in her small town, in front of the post office, which was on the main road, with her child's picture, saying, "Have you seen me?" This is a small town in East Texas, guys. And this mama's sitting there on the side of the road every day, 7 days a week, every week. Gemini, thank you for that. She says, "Thank you for all you do for Sebastian and for all of us. Your kind heart makes my day brighter." Gemini, that's so sweet. Y'all being here makes my day brighter. I'm telling you, y'all are therapy for me. Y'all are good for my soul. And for that, you get a happy. Thank you so much for that. You're so sweet. Yeah. Katie doesn't do anything near what this mama did. And her son was in another country. They finally found his body. And his mother now stands out there one day every week, flying the American flag. She has a flag in her hand. Anybody comes into the post office wants a little ribbon, a red, white, and blue. She gives them out to them. She's proud of her son and what he fought for. That's what a mother does. Thank you, Butterflies. He makes me laugh every time I see him. It's so cute. Yes, Passion Flower. They wanted to rehome him, give him away like he was a dog. Yep. In my opinion, Sebastian's mother chose her husband and her marriage over her son. That's what I believe 100%. Yeah, they gave away all of his pets, threw out toys and stuff that he had because it was not good enough for Mr. Chris. Mr. Chris didn't like the animals. He didn't like that Sebastian wasn't taking care of all 30 snakes. So his snake, along with the others, had to go. This is a woman, remind you here. This picture for me says it all. You look at the eyes of these parents, his mother and his father, and tell me which one is grieving the loss of his son. Which one is bright eyed and happy go lucky? Not a puffy look on her eyes or her face at all. That is a story in itself right there. I hold on to that and will always have that here because to me, this speaks volumes. My eyes used to be that bad. Some days I could barely open them. It's crying. It's missing your child to the point your heart is ripped out and tears will not stop flowing. It's called grief. Horrible, gut wrenching, heart ripping grief. That's what it's called. We've seen her a couple times with her eyes looking red as if she had cried. I think I've seen one or two times where there might have been a tear. Rhonda, I couldn't tell on the last interview. We saw her arm, but the heart position was in a different place, so I couldn't even begin to see if it was still there or not. Yes, Passion Flower, I agree with you 100%. That Roadhouse video of her sitting there, and she knew that was the last time she would be having a meal with her child for a very long time. She sure as hell wasn't interested in him at all. She was more interested in her phone and who the hell was sitting everywhere around that place. Exactly. Yeah. She rubbed her eyes till they dropped tears. No, Gemini 2. No. And from what I understand, what I've been told, and it may be wrong, I don't know. I cannot say 100% on this. I was told that picture was not even given to law enforcement. I don't know. But it sure looked like the picture that was on the phone that man in the yellow jacket had in his hand standing at that to go window that he happened to never get food from. Yes, Bobby, I agree. We've all cried more for Sebastian than she has. And we don't know what she does at home in her quiet time. I will say, in Katie's defense, if she has any motherly instinct to her whatsoever, it's got to be hard on her. Whatever happened, whatever involvement she had, has got to be tearing her up somehow, some way. Unless she has that wall put up so high, she's not allowing herself to feel any way whatsoever. Yeah, Texas plain Jane. I think there's one time she gets a little runny nose. To me, it could have been allergies. Y'all seen me with my allergies. Yes. What speaks the biggest for me as far as these parents that lived in the home with him, the home where he came up missing from, you have both of them telling a story without saying a word through the CPS cases that Seth has gotten his hands on. According to what we've learned, the first CPS case came about the time the whole conversation happened about Sebastian needs to go live with you. When there was a time period with no CPS cases, everything was going good. So, we're not in a rush. CPS cases started back up. And what do you know? They're going to send him to a home, put him in a home. Seth was kind of baffled. He's like, are we talking about for the summer? What are we looking at here? If this is something he needs, his father was going to be okay, but he was going to check it out first. And when he checked into it, he said, hell no, my child ain't going there. Children die in that facility. So then it became, okay, we're just going to wait until May and he will go live with you. But Mr. Chris wasn't home the month of February. And in my opinion, I honestly believe it's because of the last CPS case that happened at the very end of January of 2024. I don't think he was supposed to be home. I don't believe. We don't know. All we know are the ones on Stafford Court. That 14 months that they had lived there in that home. Seth has a copy of 5 CPS reports. And don't forget, there's one that is still open. So that would make 6. Not all of them are against the father. Yeah, Rhonda, I've heard some pretty rough stories. I will, Legally Blonde. I will. I will definitely do that. Oh my goodness, Bobby. I tell you, my son was in Iraq and that was the worst year of my life, I think. Yep. There's a timeline here leading up to his disappearance. Just 2 weeks prior to Mr. Chris going back to court to get his daughter. And these looming CPS cases, one still open, active. It wasn't going to look good for him. He needed an out. He gave Katie an ultimatum. It's him or it's me. And Katie made her choice. And Sebastian is nowhere to be seen. Folks, the only part of that that's my opinion would be that her making the choice to choose her husband over her son. The whole rest of it is, it's there in black and white. These things happened. It happened in that order. The day he went missing, he could have gone missing on Sunday morning, early hours, but they chose Monday because that happened to be the date that Katie and Chris got divorced. It's how petty these people are, how petty they are with the games that they play with other people's lives. It's absolutely horrible. I hope he's not. I really hope he's not. I hope he doesn't get hurt. I hope there's been enough put out that her mother can finally live her life without fear of him or his family. Because that's all her life has been like since she married Christopher Proudfoot. Yes, Bobby. And it's funny because Mr. Chris says that picture was taken to show that he had eaten all of his food. He had a whole plate full of food. So there's another lie for you. They say these things, but they don't take the time to go back and look closely about what they're lying about. Exactly, Magic Star. It makes you wonder how controlled was his food intake. Yeah. They were together though, because remember when Katie and Seth got a divorce and Seth got joint custody, 50-50. There was a parenting plan put in place, and Mr. Chris forgot he wasn't supposed to be with Katie at that time, but yet he's the one that wrote that parenting plan. So that tells you right there he was in the picture the whole time. Oh, Mr. Chris said it was to show that he had eaten all of his food. So I don't know, folks. At the end of the day, at the end of every day, the two questions will remain. Is Sebastian alive or is he no longer with us? And that follows right behind or right ahead of the question, where is he? He needs to be brought back home, home to his father, who actually loves and wants him. Yes, his eyes. That's what I assumed because that was his reply. That picture was actually taken and sent to me to show that he was eating, that he had eaten all of his food. I know, right, Magic Star? But Mr. Chris said, and he was over there on the other channel saying it. He doesn't understand what he says, makes him look like an idiot. Yes, Legally Blonde. In order to write a parenting plan, you shouldn't be ordered 24 hours of parenting classes either. You shouldn't be the person to write a parenting plan when you're ordered by a judge to take 24 hours, not just a one night class or a 2 night class that lasts 2 or 3 hours. We're talking 24 hours of parenting classes. Yeah, Magic Star. It's just crazy. It's also crazy. But they're trying their best every time they speak. Every time they go on and plan out and pre record their interview, they just don't understand. They're making themselves look worse and worse and worse. They did the whole 1 year anniversary. And what does Katie do? She hangs herself by saying he would have been. Stops, takes a deep breath, and looks up to the heavens and says, he just turned 16. He should have been here. Well, Katie, maybe you shouldn't have carried him out of the house that night and he would have. That's how I feel about it. Yes, he was yes, legally bond. He was ordered to take anger management classes. He must have failed those as well. So, yeah, it's a horrible thing to sit here every day and I talk about parents questioning whether they actually have done something bad to Sebastian, questioning, is he even alive? Questioning, who helped you? Who was driving that car? Because those are the facts that we can see with our own eyes. He never left his home on his own. Yes, me and you. I I think I have it. I have to go back and look for it. And I'll be honest with you. I've said this before, and it's just how I feel about that audio. I'm not sure how, if they're whispering, that house could pick up that audio on the other side of that car. I question it. But it is very possible there is audio, I guess. I don't know. I'm not an expert on the audio part of those cameras. He got off easy with only 24 hours. Yeah. Yeah, me and you. I mean, I do question it. I'm iffy on it. A lot of people believe it. And it may just be me not wanting to believe it because it was not good for Sebastian. It did not sound good at all. Yeah, they do have it. And I've got a copy of it somewhere. Yes, Bobby. Well, guys, I am going to let y'all get off of here. I apologize for the first part of this with my computer. My signal was bouncing. It has stayed smooth. It was going up and down and up and down and up and down. I may have too much on my computer. I probably need to get it all off and put it on my external hard drive, help it run a little easier. Maybe it was a baby monitor because those have been known to do that. So I don't know. But they're on another vacation. Of course they are. You know, when we talked about the ARC schools or facilities, I've kind of questioned, are they taking all these vacations to go see him? Possibly? I don't know. Everybody, thank you for being here. Thank y'all for all of the super chats. Thank you for the memberships that were gifted, all of your interactions. There you go, Legally Blonde. You should do it. We would sub up to you for sure. Oh, thank y'all. Thank you, Rhonda, for always being here. I hope they're being watched. If anybody needs to be watched, it's those two people. But their friends probably aren't paying them much attention. That's what has me worried. But we're not going to stop, guys. We'll just have to continue to look over everything because we all watched the Texas Roadhouse video, watched it the very first time. Everybody's all eyes on it. We find a couple of things. We go back. I go back to watch it. I'm finding all kinds of stuff. I'm still finding little things. And so when we go back and rewatch things we've already heard or seen, with what we know now, we might catch some more stuff that just seemed blah before. Ooh, yes. I would love to have Katie speak to Seth one time because she has yet to do it since that day he went missing. Y'all stay vigilant when it comes to Sebastian. Don't lose faith in him. Don't lose hope. If his mother's not going to be there for him, we will. We will do everything we possibly can and we're going to go over everything there is to look at. And I will be on tomorrow probably about the same time for sure. And I am going to be doing, I'm not sure when, if I'm hoping to do it tomorrow night. If not, I'll do it Saturday night, but I'm going to do another live. It'll be a later in night time, probably around 9 o'clock. If y'all want to come and listen, it's going to be about the potential of there being the possibility of there being a serial killer in the Austin area. So I think it would be interesting to go over and talk about, and we're going to do that one night, but I'll let you know for sure. I will definitely post it. Everybody stay true to Sebastian. Remember, he's the reason that we are all here. So with that, I'm going to say, have a great night, everybody. Love and hugs. See y'all soon.